And before I continue with the chapter of the Heifer of the the E.H. Palmer translation, so number 2, ayat 60, through wherever I stop, I am going to share with you 404 I laid down here in the Musalla, yeah, and went to sleep. My usual sleep practices. A deep sinking into was sort of what went on here. And there was like little grayish nails everywhere, sort of vertical in the air as I went to sleep, or maybe I was asleep at that point. I don't know what that was about, but that is that dream. And when they said, "O Moses, we cannot always bear one kind of food. Pray then thy Lord to bring forth for us of what the earth grows, its green herbs, its cucumbers, its garlic, its lentils, and its onions." Said he, "Do you ask what is meaner instead of what is best? Go down to Egypt, this is what ye ask." Then were they smitten with that abasement and poverty, and met with wrath from Allah. That was because they misbelieved in Allah's signs and killed the prophets undeservedly. That was that they were rebellious and had transgressed. And oh yeah, by the way, that was the Sunday, so the 2nd of Ramadan. Verily, whether it be of those who believe, or those who are Jews or Christians, or Sabaeans, whoever believe in Allah on the last day and act aright, they have had their reward from their Lord's hand, and there is no fear for them, nor shall they grieve. And so, whatever Islamic thing somebody who's not Muslim has, it's the Islamic belief that that's theirs, whether they're in a path that has, changed from that of which their prophets have given to them, like the Yahud and the Nasar, which is broader than the Jews and Christians, and the Sabaeans are either the followers of John the Baptist, those who kind of go to and fro trying to find the truth in various religions. It's one way that it's looked at. Another one's somebody who changes his faith, although that's same sort of thing. But another way definitely is the people that people call Zoroastrians, which are more properly called Mazdayasnahe Zarathustrahe, or Mazdayasnian Zarathustrian. Zoroastrian is sort of a derogatory term in a way, because it's about worshiping God, or at least that's the intention. But whatever good belief, whatever good practice, it's not lost. We're not an all or nothing sort of people. And when we took a covenant with you and held the mountain over you, accept what we have brought you with strong will, and bear in mind what is therein. Happily ye yet may fear. Then did ye turn aside after this, and were it not for Allah's grace towards you and his mercy, ye would have been of those who lose. Ye know too of those who among you transgressed upon the Sabbath, and we said, "Become ye apes, despised and spurned." Thus we made them an example unto those who stood before them, and those who should come after them, and a warning unto those who fear. And remember humans are sort of the great ape, but as far as referring to the other apes and comparing humans to that, that's sort of a metaphorical way of referring to people as sociopaths. Others completely decide their morality and all that for them. They trample on themselves for the sake of others. You don't have to be some killer or predator or something like this to be a sociopath. But anyways, it could be literally true in that respect, but the metaphorical thing is probably more of a lesson to us all. Thus we made them an example unto those who stood before them, and those who should come after them, and a warning unto those who fear. And when Moses said to his people, Allah bids you slaughter a cow, they said, Art thou making a jest of us? Said he, I seek refuge with Allah from being one of the unwise. They said, they pray thy Lord for us to show us what she is to be. He answered, He saith it is a cow, nor old nor young, of middle age between the two. So do as ye bid. They said, Pray now thy Lord to show us what her color is to be. He saith it is a dun cow, intensely dun, her color delighting those who look upon her. And for some reason, the first Quran translation, He didn't like the fact that the cow was yellow. That's offensive to me. I want the cow to be red. But it wasn't red. It was, sort of a lightish color, yellow, like a hay sort of yellow sort of cow. Again they said, Pray thy Lord to show us what she is to be, for cows appear to be the same to us. Then we, if Allah will, shall be guided. He answered, He saith it is a cow, not broken in to plow the earth, or irrigate the tilth, a sound one with no blemish on her. And they said, Now hast thou brought the truth. And they slaughtered her, though they came near, leaving it undone. And so it's said that the cow, rather than, let's get a good animal, sacrifice it, and distribute the meat, and that sort of thing, they said, they drug their feet and kept making it stricter and stricter and stricter, and that's sort of the warning of answering the questions. If you're doing something good, if you're doing something devoted to God and it seems to be guided, don't make it too strict on yourself. Don't ask questions till it becomes so difficult that it's literally like giving up everything you own rather than something convenient that you could get used to and actually end up doing all the time. Well, that's stretching out that lesson, but... And when ye slew a soul and disputed thereupon, and Allah brought forth that which ye had hidden, and then we said, Strike him with a part of her. Thus Allah brings the dead to life, and shows you His signs, that haply ye may understand. Yet were your hearts hardened even after that, till they were as stones, or harder still. For verily the stones are some from which streams burst forth, and of them there are some that burst asunder, and the water issues out, and of them are some that fall down for fear of Allah. But Allah is never careless of what ye do. Do ye crave that they should believe you, when already a sect of them have heard the word of Allah, and then perverted it after they had understood it, though they knew. And when they meet those who believe, they said, We believe. But when one goes aside with another, they say, Will ye talk to them of what Allah has opened up to you, that they may argue with you upon it before your Lord? Do ye not therefore understand? Do they not then know that Allah knoweth what they keep secret and what they make known abroad? And when I ask questions, whether I'm presenting a text of scripture or whether it's my own paper, I do encourage you all to answer and ask questions. At some point, I may no longer be able to get to responding to them, but it will be good for other people and for yourselves to be interactive with the material that I present on this channel. And some of them there are illiterate folk that know not the book, but only idle tales, for they do but fancy. But woe to those who write out the book with their hands, and say this is from Allah, to buy therefore or with a little price. And woe to them for that what their hands have written, and woe to them for what they gain. And then they say, hell fire shall not touch us, save for a number of days. Say, have ye taken a covenant with Allah? But Allah breaks not his covenant. Or do ye say of Allah that which ye do not know? Yea, whoso gangs an evil gang, and is encompassed by his sins, these are the fellows of the fire, and they shall dwell therein forever. But such as act aright, those are the fellows of paradise, and they shall dwell therein forever. And when we took from the children of Israel a covenant, saying, serve ye none but Allah, and to your two parents show kindness, and to your kindred, and the orphans, and the poor, and speak to men kindly, and be steadfast in prayer, and give alms, and then ye turned back, save a few of you, and swerved aside. And when we took a covenant from you, shed ye not your kinsmen's blood, nor turn your kinsmen out of their homes. Then did ye confirm it, and were witnesses thereto. Yet we were those who slay your kinsmen, and turn a party out of their homes, and back each other up against them with sin and enmity. But if they come to you as captives, ye ransom them. And yet it is as unlawful for you to turn them out. Do ye then believe in part of the book, and disbelieve in part? But the reward is such among you as do, that ye shall be naught else but disgrace in this worldly life, and on the day of the resurrection shall they be driven to the most grievous torment. For Allah is not unmindful of what ye do. Those who have brought this worldly life with the future, the torment shall not be lightened from them, nor shall they be helped. We gave Moses the book, and we followed him up with the other apostles, and we gave Jesus the Son of Mary manifest signs, and aided him with the Holy Spirit. Do ye then, every time an apostle comes to you with what your souls love not, proudly scorn him, and charge apart with lying, and slay apart? They say, our hearts are uncircumcised. Nay, Allah has cursed them in their unbelief, and few it is who do believe. And when a book came down from Allah, confirming what they have had with them, though they had before prayed for victory over those who misbelieve, yet when that came to them, which they knew, then they disbelieved it. Allah's curse be upon the misbelievers. For a bad bargain have they sold their souls, not to believe it, what Allah have revealed, grudging because Allah sends down of His grace on whomsoever His servants He will, and they have brought on themselves wrath after wrath, and for the disbelievers is their shameful woe. And when they are told to believe in what Allah has revealed, they say, we believe in what has been revealed to us, but they disbelieve in all besides, though it is the truth confirming what they have. Wherefore did ye kill Allah's prophets of yore, if ye were true believers? And again, the message to the Israelites that they tended not to have approve of their contemporary prophets. You see in history that, as a rule, okay, they've grudgingly accepted. There was this acceptance to a degree of Moses, and a grudgingly acceptance, probably more of the rest. But there's 83 prophets according to the Israelite records. I mean, not all of them are mentioned in Tanakh, but there's 83 of the 100 that were sent to them. And, or maybe it was Anbiya, maybe they're more Rasuls. But there's a difference between the Israelites and the Jews. The sins of the Israelites are not, well, it's part of the Jewish creed, right? No, the Quran never makes that point. So anybody making that's not paying attention. Moses came to you with manifest signs, and he took up with the calf when we had gone and did so wrong, and when we took a covenant with you and raise the mountain over you, take what we have given you with resolution and hear. And they said, we hear and disobey, and they were made to drink the calf down to their hearts for their unbelief. Say an evil thing it is, which your belief bids you. If ye be true believers, say, if the abode of the future with the law is yours alone, and not mankind's, long for death, then if ye speak the truth, but they will never long for it, because of what their hands have sent on before, but Allah is knowing as to the wrongdoers. Why thou wilt find them the greediest of men for life, and of those who associate others with the law. One would fain live 1,000 years, but he will not be reprieved from punishment by being let live. For Allah seeth what they do. Say, who is an enemy to Gabriel? For he hath revealed to thy heart, with Allah's permission, confirmation of what hath been before, and a guidance of glad tidings to the believers. Who is an enemy to Allah and his angels and his apostles, and Gabriel and Michael? Verily Allah is an enemy to the unbelievers. So the whole, it's like when people do pentagram rites, often to the east behind me. Well, they'd face east, and they'd be like, Kaudum. Oh, Kaudum Raphael. Kaudum Rapal. Achur Gabruhal. Yemeni Mikal. Smale Auruhal. So only the Michael on the right and Gabriel behind. But that's a representation of the cosmology. There is just an approval of it. It's kind of foolish to think just because you say, well, they're before me, right? And it doesn't mean, Beelzebub's going to be in the east, so Beelzebub shows up in the east just because I say it. It doesn't work for it. Probably is more likely to work for the light fire beings, but the light beings, they do what God has commanded them. That it's not, but yeah, things aren't necessarily how you say it. People doing cosmological rites, it's better that they just assume that you're not summoning or banishing anything, really. You're just mentioning cosmology. Verily Allah is an enemy to the unbelievers. We have sent down to thee conspicuous signs, and none will disbelieve therein except the evildoers, or every time they make a covenant with covenant will a part of them repudiate it. Nay, most of them do not believe, and when there comes to them an apostle confirming what they have, a part of those who have received the book repudiate Allah's book, casting it behind their backs as though they did not know, and they follow that which the devils recited. Against Solomon's kingdom it was not Solomon who misbelieved, but the devils who misbelieved, teaching men sorcery, and what has been revealed to the two angels at Babylon. Kingly beings is another way to translate that, but it's still the same thing. It's just the unfallen angels. Harut and Marut. Yet these two taught no one until they said, "We are but a temptation, so do not misbelieve." So they were there to inform. They weren't disbelieving God by doing this. They weren't disobeying. The light beings have no capability of doing that. They're just programmed to obey. But they're making clear, hey, this is something you're not supposed to do. We're just out here telling what it is. So do not misbelieve. But a temptation, so do not disbelieve. Men learn from them only that by which they may part man and wife, but they can harm no one therewith unless with the permission of a law. And they learn what harms them and profits them not, and yet they knew that he who purchased it would have no portion in the future, but sad is the price at which they have sold their souls. Had they but known, but had they believed and feared, a reward from Allah were better, had they but known. And in the Satan and Satanism folder, I have and will give reasons why particular forms of alleged Solomonic magic has nothing to do with Solomon, because Solomon did not disbelieve, and to do seher is an act of disbelief. And O ye who believe, say not Ra and but say Unlorna. For unto misbelievers shall be grievous woe. Gotta go back here. What is something about listen to us? People who translate. So it's observe us is to mischievous. So instead of behold us, okay. So it's sort of derogatory. Well, there's an implication of that. You got to be very careful and be close with your words. And hearken, for unto misbelievers shall be grievous woe. For unto misbelievers shall be grievous woe. They who misbelieve, whether of those who have the book or of the idolaters, would fain that no good were sent down to you from your Lord. But Allah spaciously favors with his mercy whom he will, for Allah is Lord of mighty grace.